Good morning, traders. This is Joanne with Succeed in Forex. Welcome to our Forex market news broadcast for Thursday, April the 17th, 2008. Before we begin with the news, I need to make an announcement. There will not be any news tomorrow for April the 18th or for Monday, April the 21st. I will be taking a long weekend. We will resume our Forex market news broadcast on Tuesday, April the 22nd. Okay, back to business. The headlines out of Switzerland this morning said the dollar dropped to lifetime lows against the euro on weak U.S. data, despite support from corp first quarter earnings. The dollar dropped to a lifetime low against the euro on Wednesday, as a steep decline in the U.S. home construction and record-high Eurozone inflation highlighted the contrasting growth paths of the two economies. The euro-dollar rose to 159.79 high, its strongest since its 1999 launch, as data showing a record 3.6% advance in Eurozone prices last month, also suggesting the European Central Bank won't cut interest rates soon. The Eurozone single currency also posted its largest daily increase in 3 weeks. In contrast, the U.S. benchmark interest rates are still seen as headed lower, especially after reports showed a sharp slide in March housing starts and an unexpected weak core inflation reading. The Federal Reserve has already cut interest rates by 300 basis points since September, and is widely expected to cut them again to at least 2% in late April. Meanwhile, the Eurozone interest rates have been at 4% for more than a year. At yesterday's close, the euro-dollar rose to 159.40, while the pound-dollar rose to 197.17. The dollar-yen was up at 101.83 after having hit a session low of 182. The dollar Swissy fell to 99.95, posting an intraday low of 99.40. The dollar loonie dropped to 100.11, the sharpest loss since February the 25th. The Aussie dollar rose to 93.80. The dollar was under pressure as investors were also monitoring the U.S. first quarter earnings results, which have been so far mixed. J.P. Morgan Chase, the third largest U.S. bank, said its quarterly profit fell 50% in the first 3 months of the year, while the Wall Street Journal reported Merrill Lynch will post a $6 to $8 billion in write-downs when it releases results today. But U.S. stocks rallied more than 2% on Wednesday as investors were encouraged by earnings from Intel and IBM. The dollar was stable in the Asian session after coming under considerable pressure yesterday as the Eurozone inflation hit higher grounds and crude oil rose to a new record of $115.17 a barrel. Asian equity markets were slightly higher, and European index were also looking to open above fair value, continuing the strong U.S. performance. The combination of increasing risk appetite and the ECB that is expected to keep its hawkish tone for a while should keep the dollar under pressure in the near term. In addition, as volatility has come down and commodity currencies on the back of a surging prices, it makes the carry trade look increasingly appealing. The market will be particularly aware of the U.S. earnings today, which could easily shift risk sentiment. With short-term outlook for the U.S. looking increasingly gloomy and the ECB not moving anytime soon, could a euro-dollar above 1,600 be very realistic? We are currently testing the centennial level of 159.00. As the Fed moves closer to the forecasted 1 to 1.25 Fed rate and upward revisions in Eurozone inflation to a new series high, the market is now considering the price to reach 170. This being said, this figure seems a little high, According to the Fed's funds future, that is fixed on 1.75%, this rate has in fact been priced in. However, should the U.S. data continue to spiral down and the Feds continue on its aggressive easing path, although calls for a halt in the rate cut have become more prevalent, the market will need to quickly adjust, especially in the dollar shorts, which were built around the 158.50 levels. The U.S. housing starts hit a new 17-year low, and there still is no bottom in sight. That concludes our news for today. We hope you'll find this beneficial to your trading. Before we sign off, we would like to invite you to visit our website at www.succeedinforex.com. There you'll find information about our Traders Training Center and also a link to our Yahoo forum, also called Succeed in Forex. We hope you've had a great trading week, and we will look forward to seeing you next week on Tuesday. As I said in the earlier part of the broadcast, I will be taking a long weekend. We will not have news tomorrow on April the 18th or again on April the 21st. We will continue our news broadcast on April the 22nd. Happy pipping to you until we meet again.